Yo guys, what's going on? It's your boy Nick from Run the Foot Market here. Today guys, we're starting a new kind of thing, Market Watch. Today's going to be the first episode. It's going to be kind of like a podcasty kind of thing. Not that long, it won't be more than 20 minutes. In today's edition, we're going to be talking about ones to watch cards and kind of what's going on with them. And we're also going to hit a few other things that have gone on through the first week. I don't want to miss out on that. I know we're closing the month of September. And there's a lot of things we need to start talking about in terms of what's starting to happen, what's the market looking like right now, what it's going to look like in next week and the week after that. It's going to be a really good video, guys. Appreciate you coming to watch it, and let's get into it. Really quickly, before we get into the ones to watch part of the video, which is obviously a hot topic right now, a lot of people want to know what's going on with that, how to read that kind of market, because it is very unpredictable right now. We're going to talk about Team of the Week 1 really quick. If you guys were with me in the past few weeks regarding investments, I told you guys Team of the Week 1 was going to be the way to go. It's going to be the rarest cards on the market. Cards going to have demand. They're going to start to go up when people get coins. And kind of like today is the last day in September. And this is when we talked about, like, today is the last day you can get in with any investment, in my opinion. I've said this countless amount of times to you guys, but today, in my opinion, is the last day you can get in for an investment before you hit October, which is going to be tomorrow. And that's when the investments really start to rise all the way up till the first weekend league. You see all this Team of the Week in the Team of the Week 1. You got Mertens, who was at 290, 300 yesterday, already back to 350. You know, you're seeing some of the discard informs start to get up off discard. Dybala's back at 650, 660. Aguero's back at 800. You have Falcao now in the 30s. Kimmich hitting 30. Mustafi's edging closer to 60. Valencia is almost about to reach his max price range, which is 200. I expect him to be between 200 and 250 for the first weekend league. Fabianski's around 20k. He's chilling, and I know I don't have the image on the screen, but Bakambu on the bench is now about to hit 80k. So I told you guys there was a Ruffier as well is about to hit 45. So there's a good amount of guys in the Team of the League 1 that are starting to really rise, and we're not even close to the weekend league. We're still 5 days away, and you're seeing a huge rebound in terms of the prices of this Team of the Week and the whole market in general, and that's what we're going to get into today. We're going to start talking about ones to watch cards. And I'm really excited to talk about these guys because I have so much to say in terms of buying and selling, and when I think the best times to buy are, and kind of just get you guys figured out for the ones to watch. I want to get you guys on the same page because it's a very risky thing, and we're going to get into it. Really quickly as well, if you invested in any of the gold cards like Murata, Nelson Semedo, guys who are getting into the ones to watch team, Tolisso, guys like that, you are now seeing your investment starting to really pay out. Murata had his price range updated to 45k the other day, and he's already now extinct at 45k. Semedo's about to hit 10k. You have Ederson, the goalkeeper, going extinct. A lot of different guys in the gold cards who got ones to watches are going up a lot. So if you guys listen to my advice in the first week of FIFA about holding onto those cards and trying to pick them up, you guys are really in the money. Now, when to sell, that's totally up to you. You guys can sell now. You guys can sell Thursday for maximum profit. It's really up to you when you need your coins best. I will tell you they will keep going up, and you guys can thank me later because that has been one of the most safe, profitable investments. I mean, I bought 10 Muratas for 20k. He's now extinct at 45. I sold 8. I'm going to keep 2 more for the rest of the week. It's a pretty sure thing investment. I mean, Semedo I got in at 4. Semedo's already up to, I think, 10 plus, 9 plus today. So the market rebound today has been crazy. I just got back, so I'm kind of looking into it now. But I did some prep work, especially for the ones to watch part of this video. Just wanted to keep you guys updated regarding the gold cards because the gold cards are making a killing in the market in terms of a recovery, and really looking like we're going to get some good money out of them towards the end of the week. So guys, regarding ones to watch cards, in my opinion on them, and the current market update with that, all I would tell you guys is basically what you saw yesterday was, as I told everybody, there was going to be a huge market dip. The second ones to watch went in packs, and everyone shredded open their packs and started listing things cheap, undercutting like that. I remember yesterday at the time, like, Tolisso was 100k, I sniped for 75, I sold him for 100. There was a lot of deals to be made yesterday, whether you did it when ones to watch. Consumables, I picked up 40 hunters for 2k. Going to be able to flip those for 5k the first weekend league. That's an unbelievable return on an investment. And talking about other things, there was a lot. You basically could have bought whatever you wanted yesterday, and you're going to already make profit today, and towards the end of the week, you're going to make a lot of coins. So regarding ones to watch cards, basically the trend was they dropped a lot. You saw Ederson at 50, a lot of different prices that were just way too low. And looking at the cards on the market, like I took a look at these guys, especially even today, they are super rare. For me, it's different than any other year. Like, I've never seen ones to watch cards be so rare. It seems like no one's packing them. Last night I saw 13 Edersons only on the market, only 16 today. I've hardly seen any James Rodriguez's, only a max of 15 I've ever seen at a time in the last 24 hours. So regarding ones to watch cards, like, if you guys can nail the times to buy them, which we'll go into and explain in this video, I think that they're going to be pretty killer this year. I know ones to watch is in packs for 2 weeks. But I would say with the lack of good promos and stuff, they're going to stay pretty rare. I think EA wants to keep it that way. Put more demand into ones to watch cards, more fluctuation in prices. And regarding picking cards up this week, I would say that there are decent times. I'm not going to mess around too much this week with picking up ones to watch cards. But I would tell you guys this, anybody who wants to get into ones to watch investing doesn't really know what it is. Basically, EA releases these 23 cards twice a year, and they're big transfers, big kind of marquee players for new teams. You guys can watch their games in real life. If they score, the price usually goes up, and you're basically investing in the card. You're gambling. It's like a gambling service EA has put into the game, and you're playing around with the card to see if, you know, maybe they get an inform, and then that one's the watch card, guys. Now, this year can upgrade with any kind of special card. Last year was only with Team of the Week inform, so you could only... Once the Watch Investing was only really alive for league play. Now it's all over the place. So you're going to have midweek games that you guys can look at. I'll be putting out some spreadsheets. I know there's some guys on Twitter with good spreadsheets for that. But basically, guys, Once the Watch right now, in my opinion, it had a huge recovery over the night. And as I'm looking at it right now, like, these guys definitely recovered pretty well. You have, you know, Lacazette. Your elite guys, Lacazette, Mbappe, those guys are way up. Lukaku's dropped a little bit overnight. James is down a little bit, but eventually, like, these guys really, really rose overnight. Like, they were very, very, very cheap to start off with, and they really, really, really recovered very well. Like, they were very, very cheap as the game, the game released the Once to Watch cards. Everyone opened up packs. These cards were so buyable. You had Nelson Semedo under 45. You had... Oh, I can't even go on to it. Tolisso was like, there was crazy buys yesterday. So, if you guys didn't get in yesterday, there's no need to fear. You're going to have up and downs this whole week, in my opinion, with ones to watch. In terms of a good time to buy, I would say, I think that maybe you're saying after next weekend league, that's when they're going to be kind of starting to lose their hype. There might be a window where you can pick them up then. But other than that, guys, in terms of ones to watch investing, I'm just going to go out there and say this. I would not invest in defenders. I don't really like defenders. If they score a goal in a game, obviously go pick them up if you can as fast as possible. But I'm not going to invest in pregame hype with defenders. Basically, how you would do it, guys, is you pick up a ones to watch card that you're interested in a few hours after he has a bad game or a game that's not going to get him into the team of the week. And once that happens, you're going to invest in that card, and then you're going to wait till he plays his next match. And then right before his next match, when he's announced in the starting lineups, you ship that thing off and you sell it for whatever it is, 5, 10, 15, 20K profit. You make some good profit there. I don't really hold on to the cards during the game. That's the risky part of it, hoping that you know they're going to get a goal or something. I only buy when I'm watching the game and they do score, because that's a good way to make some quick coins. I was looking back just a second ago at ones to watch graphs for last year, and basically it really looks like they tank towards like the middle to early end of October, like the 10th to the 15th. It looks like once they kind of lose their hype and kind of value in these packs and just hype in general, they really like to tank. So whenever that tank happens in the middle of October, and we'll see it obviously, like I know buy goes down like a lot. A lot of these guys, I'm looking at last year's trends, they go down a lot when they're out of packs, and you would think when someone goes out of packs they would go up. But basically, there's a huge hype around ones to watch every year for these first 2 weeks. And right now, you could see it. A lot of cards are overpriced. Like, you have, I don't know, I think Lacazette, Lukaku, those guys for like 800 to a million is a lot. For a BPL striker, I know they're of that tier, and I know they're going to get multiple informs. So they will get informs throughout this year. But it's a very overvalued card, in my opinion, at the time being for you to invest in. There's a lot of good shouts, like Nelson Semedo's at 40K, Balde Dio's at 48K, Bernardeschi is at 30K. Stuff like that. Gylfi Sigurdsson, a cam in the Prem. Like, there's a lot of good shouts right now in terms of picking up cards right now for this weekend's game. There's some more games tomorrow. I feel like these are undervalued right now, and if they play well tomorrow, you never know. If you pick up one, and they could get an inform if they score some goals tomorrow. So there's a lot of stuff to always be doing with ones to watch cards. I would give you guys just a tip of advice. Make sure you guys are investing, if you want to do a ones to watch card, make sure it's a kind of, not a big time player, but maybe he's on a big time club, or listen, it doesn't even need to be a big-time club. It could be Red Bull Leipzig, Bruma, for example. But if he's playing the headline game versus Bayern Munich or something, the 12:30 game in the day where everyone's going to watch it, that's where you're going to make more money, because more people are interested in the game. It's accessible. They can get on, they can watch the game, they can follow the players. So if you're looking to sell in the hype an hour or half an hour before, or the starting lineups are announced, if you're looking to sell in that period of time, your best bet is finding a headliner game. Like, I'm currently investing in some Bernardeschis and some Sigurdsson and one other guy for tomorrow, James Rodriguez and Taliso for tomorrow's games, because they're all big games. They're all like 12:30, and they're all kind of spaced out, so it's going to be people going from game to game to game. So that's kind of the update with those. I would see, guys, if there's a time to pick these up next Sunday, if they do that big drop, then maybe you look into them. Now, we're going to go on to another topic. I think that's basically it for Ones to Watch. Basically, you had a huge dip yesterday. They already recovered. They're kind of back down a little bit right now. They're going to go up and down all week. They're going to fluctuate weird. And just make sure you're monitoring them for games that they're actually playing in this week. Talking about Team of the Week 2, guys, I do believe regarding picking up Team of the Week 2 informs that there is still a time to buy, and that time is as soon as possible. If you're going to invest in some cards right now regarding gold cards, Team of the Week, any of that shit, guys, any of that stuff, guys, you guys need to be picking it up like right now, because in my opinion, the market is going up from here. You're not going to see a market go back down. It's the 30th. You may see it up and down a little bit for the next day, but after, after guaranteed tomorrow, the market is going flying for the first weekend league. You are going to see prices double, triple, all of that. I'm not building hype around the market right now. I'm telling you guys, I really think the market is going to not only have a strong recovery, but it's going to rebound double or triple what it even was before. I'm really thinking that the market is going to see huge growth within this week. We're going to hit the first weekend league, which is going to maximize the demand of a lot of players. And these players, looking at the market, I'll tell you this, guys, right now, a lot of these cards are very rare. For some reason, I look at the market and I don't see that many. I don't see that many cards, especially the ones to watch. The ones to watches on the market right now are super rare. For some reason, don't know what's going on with the pack weight there. Now, in terms of Team of the Week 2 investments, really quickly, I want to hit this. El Shaarawy, guys like that, talking about those as an investment. If you look at El Shaarawy on Xbox, he currently has like 45 pages of informs. That's why it's not a great investment. It's a good long-term investment, but in the short term, guys, a guy like that is not going to rise quickly because he has a lot of supply on the market, and the demand is not going to overcome the supply. You want to look for players that will have a certain demand come next weekend league and will not have the supply to sustain his price staying the same. You want to look for the increase. So if we're looking at Team of the Week 2 players, which I have somewhere up on my other computer, I think I've already gone ahead and lost the page. I was looking at some cards last night, and I'll tell you guys this right now. Murata's inform is a good look because his ones to watch, apparently he just got hurt, so that might see some increase in value. El Shaarawy at 30K, I get it. That's not a bad look. Azpilicueta at 159 is still cheap. Today is still a good time to get in with Team of the Week informs, in my opinion. There's some upper tier guys like Aubameyang at 500K, which I just think is too cheap. There's some players in this Team of the Week that will see significant rise, in my opinion, until next weekend. It doesn't matter about if they're still in packs. There's only been 2 Team of the Weeks now, and 1 pairing of ones to watch coming out. One supply of ones to watch cards into the market. So there's not that many special cards. You guys need to keep that in mind. People like to jack up their weekend league teams with nice looking special cards and icons and all that. So you're going to see icons start to go up this week. You're going to see even every inform, in my opinion, will start to go up this week. Informs just make a certain marquee look to a team. Like, it just makes a team look good, and people like to try out informs and use OP players. I know that OP players are the #1 go-to in teams, and I think that because informs are so cheap right now, people are going to be looking at them, and there's going to be a pretty big rise come, I think, after Sunday night. I think after Squad Battle rewards tomorrow come out, not that that impacts the market as much as I thought it would, but it still does a tiny bit. After that, supply gets unleashed onto the market because people are going to be packing some cards, because you're going to have a lot of people playing Squad Battles this week, not only the EA Access group. Once those come onto the market, you're going to see a bunch of those being listed. You may see a little bit of a drop tomorrow night, so you can pick up either now or tomorrow night, whatever you want. And then I think Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday, that's when we're going to see the biggest rise, guys, in terms of just going like that on a graph. They are just going to go straight up, I think, and it's not going to be much going back. So that's how I feel about Team of the Week 2. Ones to watch, guys, I would say be very careful. Make sure you are buying after a player has a bad game and selling before he plays his next game for profit. I don't really suggest holding on to players for the games. Basically, what I do in that situation is, on my James, for example, I will sell before the game tomorrow. And then if he scores a goal or something, I will be watching the game because I watch Bayern play, and I will snipe him and pick him up because I think he might get into the Team of the Week. He has a chance, or you're at least selling into the hype of the community. So this is going to be the end of the first market update, guys. It's a new series I'm going to do on this channel because I know a lot of people want to hear kind of what happened this week with cards, what's going to go down in the future. So this should give you a gist of what's going to go on. Gold cards going to keep going up. Team of the Week informs going to keep going up. Ones to watch going to be up and down throughout the week with them still in packs, and they're very risky to kind of mess around with, so I would be careful with them. But listen, ones to watch, guys, we all know ones to watch is where the money is. Ones to watch you can really make some good money out of, so definitely don't don't eliminate it from your portfolio of cards to be buying, because once the watch cards can do you really well, you just need to figure out when to buy them, and you need to use your own knowledge. Use websites like flippin.com to kind of analyze their graphs and figure out when they were an hour ago, what they were last night, and figure out if this is the right time to buy or not. Appreciate you guys all watching the video. Really appreciate the support lately up on the channel. Hope this could help some of you guys and just kind of prepare you guys for the next week ahead. Expect big returns on a lot of cards to be handed out to you guys. You guys are going to really make some good profit come Thursday. You guys are going to be very, very excited to see the coins go into your account like that. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. That's basically all I have to say today, so I'm out. Peace.